Hey, it's Cassie with Cassie's Parlor. I'm super excited. We're going to talk about Edding Acrylics tonight. I am just going to give it a few minutes so people can join. If you're here live, say hi so we can chat. Let me know if you can hear me. I want to make sure everyone can hear me. I am in a different location, if you'll notice right now. Just wanted to be somewhere different and enjoy a little bit of sunshine that's left in the day. So yeah, if you're here, say hi. Oh, here we go. Mom's here and Renee's here. Hi. How are you doing? You hear me? Thank you. Do I sound okay? I mean, you can hear me well. Audio's good. Thanks, ladies. How are you doing? I'm upstairs for those of you that know. I just wanted to be up here. The sun is out and it's nice, and I cleaned off my dream desk space and I've got everything set up so I can be live up here sometimes too. So that'll be fun. You can see actually the sun if you look at my desk down there. Are you at the desk from your dream box? I am. So maybe if you want at the end, I can give you a quick tour when we're done talking about our stuff for today. That would be fun. How's everybody doing? So we are gonna we're gonna play with, I'm just gonna give you guys a quick rundown, but we'll I'll repeat if more people join. We're gonna talk about Edding acrylic markers. And you're outside watching me. That sounds really creepy, Renee. You mean like outside at your house or outside my window? Or I'm not sure. I'm just kidding. But that's cool. I'm excited you're outside because it is lovely. I don't know. It says it's 46 degrees, which is fine. I would like it to be a little bit warmer, but that's fine. Anyway, we're going to talk about Edding acrylic paint pens like we've all used before. Hey, Bev, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh, you're at your own house. Okay. All right. Well, that's not as creepy. And then they also sent me, excuse me, an acrylic paint pen. It's a big chunky one, but it's gold. So that's fun. I always love to play with metallics. They also sent me, Mom's going to be excited for this color. This is acrylic paint in a tube. Whoops. Ow. I'm really sorry for that sound. But this has really cool tips on either end. And there's some really great properties with this paint that I'm really, really excited about. So will I be putting the paint in my store? That's a good question. So I guess I'll just get started and people can join and I'll catch them up if more people join. I know it's an off day for me. Tuesday's not my normal day, but I couldn't wait. I wanted to talk to you guys about this stuff because it's really fun. So I'll just give you the background. So Edding reached out to me a few weeks ago, maybe almost a month. I'm not sure exactly how long, but around there, to see if I would like to demo for them at Creativation. And you know, I'd never heard of them, but I looked them up and I saw they make acrylic supplies like markers and paints and all that kind of stuff. And they also make other stuff too, like you know, drawing pens and permanent markers and lots of other things. And they've been around for a while. I don't know exactly when they started, but from what I could read, they're relatively new, like within the last decade or two, I think. They're based out of Germany, but they sell all around the world. And from what I've used here of the products that they sent me, I'm really impressed. You know, we have so many acrylic markers and so many different brands that make them. And I really do like to test a lot of them and compare them to each other, just, you know, to see which one works best for the type of art that I do. And I like to share feedback when I find something really cool. So that's what I'm doing today. They also sent me this pack of chalk markers, and normally I don't really work with chalk markers that much, but I actually have been thinking about chalk markers anyway. Sorry, real quick. They can be used on like, you know, obviously chalk surface, but like mirrors and non-porous surfaces really, and they dry and they stay where they are until you're ready to remove them, you know, and then you can remove it and do something different. Um, so yeah, anyway, I was thinking that it would be fun to put, especially in the winter when it's like gloomy and, you know, you just need an extra little like pick me up. I was thinking of putting like little like notes to myself around the house, like, oh, you're doing great, or you look nice today, or something stupid. But you know what I mean? So then I could use these chalk markers to draw on my mirror in the bathroom to put a cool quote, and I could change it out every once in a while. Well, then earlier I was playing with them on paper, on watercolor paper, and I kind of discovered some other ways I can use them more practically, like every day. So I'm pretty excited about that. So we're gonna go over all of these different Edding supplies, and we're just gonna draw some fun stuff. Probably draw some flowers in my book. I've got a craft book here from Dina. Oh no, yeah, Dina Wakely. That I might work in because it looks really, really great. You can tell the opacity and the intensity of the color really well on the craft paper. And then I also have some watercolor paper to do some stuff with the chalk markers. So let's just get started. Okay, so I'm going to flip my screen over. All right. Okay. So I hope you can all still see me okay. It feels a little jumpy. I'm upstairs. It should be fine. But anyway, I was thinking we're going to do this in a couple stages because of what I want to show you and what I want to do. And some stuff takes time to dry. So this is actually the first thing I made when I got these supplies out, and I got my craft journal, as you can see. And this is the yellow paint. So that's cool. And then this is all of the chalk markers. And then those dots are from, here you can see the dots up close. That's from the orange paint. So yeah, I don't know why the big picture is jumpy. I'm sorry about that. Love inspirational quotes with the chalk markers. Yeah, I think that would be fun. So, okay, hopefully the choppiness goes away. I'm really sorry. I am in a place where I should have good internet, so I'm not sure what's going on. But I have no control over that. So, okay, so first thing I want to do, we'll probably draw some flowers or something on this page. But to start with, I want to talk about this paint. We have like a million bottles and tubes and whatever of different kinds of acrylic paint. Victoria's here. Hi, Victoria. How are you? We're just getting started talking about the Edding supplies. So feel free to ask questions as we go. If you want me to demonstrate something or show you something, let me know. I'm happy to do that. I'm still learning about this stuff too, but I've been playing with them for a couple of days now on a few different projects. And so I'm just going to share what I've learned so far. So they sent me 2 colors of the permanent acrylic paint. And these are paint tubes, okay, that's neon yellow and neon orange. So I used the neon yellow on this side, and you can see what that looks like. And that's pretty true to color of what you can see in the screen. So I want to just talk about the packaging of this paint. And like after using these 2 colors, I'm like, okay, where are the rest of the colors? Bring them to me, because I'm so excited about this. So I'll show you the 2 ends. So the first end is, as you can see, it's narrow. It's a thin point, but it's kind of rectangular. Let's see if I can get it close enough. There, you can kind of see before it gets fuzzy. Can you see that? It's a rectangle, but it's very, very small. So I was able to just get some paint loaded up at the end of this narrow nib here, or tip, I guess, not really a nib, this tip. And I was able to do these dots in here. I'll show Victoria since she just joined. All of those little dots were done with the just using this end and just going boop, 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 and going around like that. So this is really awesome. You can obviously just squeeze paint out of it and then use it like you normally use paint, but you can also use it as a tip to apply and do some cool things. You could probably even write with it, you know, do your aesthetic writing, stuff like that. It's got a really nice cap. The cap is got these like little notches on either end that only go in a certain way, and you can hear it click and then it's in place. It's super easy. You don't have to line anything up. I don't know. I just really like that. Okay. Are you ready for the other end? I saw it and I was like, what's going on here? Here we go. I'm afraid. What's happening? Okay, there we go. Look at this end. Let me bring it up nice and close. It is flat and long. Do you see that? And the paint comes out of that whole strip there. So you can make stripes. Oh, I don't have the thing with the stripes in it near me, but I did a background with just stripes, and it's done with this tip. Isn't this so cool? Okay, so that's awesome. So real quick, we're going to make a background here on this side. Since I used the yellow one over here, I thought I'll use the orange one over here. We're going to let it dry and set it aside, and then we'll come back and create on top of it. The other thing I really love about this paint is that it dries with a matte finish. So you can, if I try to show you, it's really hard to show in the camera here, but it's not glossy at all. It's a totally matte finish, so you can cover over it. You can do some cool resist things with like watercolor with it. And you can write over it, which is a little hard to do with regular acrylic paint that has more of that satin or glossy finish, you know, because it's slippery. So this, so that is another feature of this that I think is like totally awesome. So notice I'm just scratching. I mean, look, I pooled right there because I stopped, but I'm going to put the lid back on this for a minute. And then I just want to show you, all I did was use that wide tip, and I just scraped across while I was squeezing just a little bit. And look at this top row. Look at that cool texture you get. Let me see if I can get in close enough and sharp enough. Really, really, really cool. So that's that. I am going to use my finger and just smush some of it around. It's very, when you touch it with your hand, I want to keep some of that texture, but where it's kind of thick, I'm going to spread it out because I do want it to dry fairly quickly so we can keep going. But what I wanted to say too was that it's really creamy when you're working with it. It's unlike most other acrylic paints that I've used, if I'm being quite honest. I would say it's like a level up from craft paint. You know, if you're used to working with craft paint, this is just the next level of that. It is, I would say, maybe slightly thicker than craft paint as well, just a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside and let it dry, but really, really cool. Let me know if you have any questions about either of these acrylic paint tubes. Let's set that aside. And I think I'm gonna show you some, let's see, what do I wanna do? No, we'll start with, yeah, let's do the craft, or let's do the chalk paint, because I'm going to use the acrylic markers when we go back to do our drawing on the craft paper. How's that sound? How are you doing, Victoria? I know I haven't been live much lately. I've been sort of taking a minute to just like ruminate and think on some things and preparing some products, getting ready for Creativation, planning, you know, April and May and even into the summer, a little bit of things I want to do with you guys and stuff I want to share with you and show you. So I haven't been live much, but I have been busy working, doing other stuff. But I am also in all of that planning, working on like a new live series. It probably won't be every Wednesday, but I'm going to come up with a good, like, normal cadence kind of schedule. And I would like it to be Wednesdays, because Wednesdays, everyone is already familiar with that day and it's comfortable and, you know, stuff like that. So it probably will still be Wednesdays, but I just need just a little bit more time. My plan is to start that up in April. So Carol's here. Hi. And Ashley's here from Artist Free. Hi, Ashley. How are you? So we're talking about Edding acrylic paint, and we're actually going to look at some chalk markers. So chalk markers, like I was saying earlier, are really good for non-porous surfaces. If you want to write notes to yourself on the mirror, if you are, if you have those like chalkboard signs for an event or something, you can do it, because it's nice because it writes well, it's opaque, it's going to stay in place for you. Like here's their little packaging with the samples and stuff, but then later on you can wash it off and do something new. So, but those are very specific ways to use chalk markers. And I always just thought, oh, well, if I'm not doing that, I don't really have a use for chalk markers necessarily. So I like to try to, push things out of the boundaries and figure out what else I can do with them. And these are really beautiful colors. I'm just going to start coloring and show you how bold and vibrant the colors are. Really, really gorgeous. All of the Edding supplies I've used are very highly pigmented and really good quality. I mean, honestly, look at that blue. I mean, goodness, it's really like juicy. I don't know, it's so good. I just love it. So I'm just scribbling to show you the colors, and then I was going to show you a way that you can use chalk markers. Oh, look at that green. I love the green. It's like almost neon. It's gorgeous. What is it called? Let's see. It doesn't tell me. Maybe it's just green. Most of them have a name on the side, but I don't see one on these. So now I'm going to get my water brush and check this out. Whoops, I just squeezed way too much. We can use them like watercolors. This is watercolor paper, but look at, I can, it's a water-based product. So naturally it's going to do this, right? And this is already dried, but I can pick it back up and reactivate it. And look at it. Now we have watercolor markers. They're not just chalk markers. So I'm really excited about this because, again, these colors are gorgeous. They're vibrant, but I was like, well, how often am I going to write on a chalkboard or on my mirror or stuff like that? So now I have a whole, look at this blue. Oh my gosh. And look at just bringing the color all the way out. I mean, it's extremely, extremely pigmented. So yay, I'm super excited about this because I love doing watercolor, and now I've just found a whole new use for my chalk markers, at least for the Edding ones. I haven't tried them with any other brands to see if they behave the same way, but these ones are amazing. I mean, look at these colors. Really, really pretty. So yeah, really intense, and this blue is just like super gorgeous. So I'm excited for that. So, and you could use these with your acrylic markers. So let's just take this green one while we're playing on our watercolor paper. I'm going to give it a shake. You always, of course, you guys know this, you've used acrylic markers in the past. These definitely have the ball in them. You give them a good shake. They're extremely pigmented, and they're very rich and opaque and give you really true color. So let's just, I'll just start practicing my flower now, I guess. Do some funky flowers. Okay. Oh, I guess I could have done a shamrock. It almost looks like a shamrock, doesn't it? Tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. I forgot about that. Okay. So first of all, this green is called Moose Green, M-O-O-S. All right. It is an acrylic marker, but look at how intense that color is. Really, really pretty and really great coverage right away. But once it dries, it's still drying. I didn't give it enough time. But oh, Thursday is St. Patrick's Day. Oh, sorry. Thank you. I knew it was this week. Thank you for correcting me. Anyway, it's mostly dry. So now what if I want to make this into a shamrock, and I just scribble, right? I don't really feel like coloring that all in, and I just want it to be kind of fun and whatever looking. Well, now I can use my chalk markers with my acrylic paint pens, because once the acrylic paint is dry, it's just like acrylic paint in any way that you dispense it, it's not going to move because it's permanent, but your chalk marker will move because it's water-based. And now you can use them together and not worry that your outline that you started with there is going to run, because it won't. So then you have a cute little green flower or a 5-petal shamrock. We do our own thing here. We don't follow the rules. So that's pretty awesome. So I'm really excited to be able to use these together. And then of course, acrylic paint is acrylic paint, like I said, in the tube as paint, in the marker, you know, slightly more liquid. Okay, let me show you this other product I got from them. This is acrylic paint also, but it's metallic. And this one is called Rich Gold. So, and look at this chunky, bold tip on here. I'm super excited about this because, you know, I love my golds. And I can add some really cool accents, and I don't know, just use it in the background or wherever. So I do like this chisel tip because I can have it be, you know, nice, thick, bold line like this. And I would even go over it a couple times, get it really saturated. Or I can flip it and have a thinner line. And I wasn't even trying very hard there. I could even go thinner than that if I really want to, probably. Let's see. Let's see how thin we can go. How thin can you go? So if I'm just lightly pressing, I can still get a pretty thin line there. So that's pretty cool. So I really like the chisel tip here. Now I would like this in like maybe black or red or some other colors, so that chisel tips are really nice. If you've got a large area to cover, you get less brush strokes that way, and it just works faster. But this gold is really, really nice. Okay, so let's check on our paint and see how we're doing. It's a little bit wet still. I'm going to let it go for just a minute longer. And I've got another piece of watercolor paper here. That other one is getting full. I thought, what the heck? Why not use our, let's do the blue because it's so pretty. I bet you, I haven't tried this yet, so we're kind of experimenting together here. But what if we took the chalk marker and colored on a stamp? And this is a rubber stamp, but I'm sure that you could do it on an acrylic or a photopolymer, whatever you have. Okay, and it stays wet for a pretty good long time. Let's see how we do. It's going to be backwards. That's fine. Check that out. Perfect. It even got all the details. So this another way that we can use the chalk markers. It's not just for normal chalk marker use. It is also for stamping and watercoloring and whatever else. I'm going to take some water and mist it and reactivate. I mean, look at how much ink is still on there, and I have not put any more ink on here, as you saw. Let's see what we get with second generation. Let's go third. Let's just see. Oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna not spray it this time. This is fourth. Look at this. This is amazing. I'm gonna spray it again. This is incredible. Wow. I'm excited to use these for stamping. Think about on a really cool background stamp. Maybe I can find one. Let me think about where they are at the moment. I know I have some like good Hero Arts backgrounds up here. I got to think about where they are, but man, wouldn't that be nice if you just look at this. Okay, it took how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times. Whoops, for me to get to a point where I almost can't see the 3 anymore. It's a little harder for you to see in the camera, but I can see there's like a ghost of that 3. That's pretty cool. And I actually, I mean, I love this, the intensity of this, but I actually kind of like it when we get to about the 3rd generation. It gives you a really cool look and effect. And then what if I just missed it? Let's try something. Hold on. I'm going to do a different number. Okay. And I'm going to do, let's do red. Why not? Let's just do red. I want to try something else here. Man, these are so juicy. What do you guys think about these? Do you want me to try anything or test it in any way that I'm not doing, or do you have questions? Tell me what you got for me. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp here. Man, that's pretty. It's so it's very complete. I don't know what the right word is. Let me think on that for a minute. Oh, it's perfect. It's just perfect. Like, it's not missing anything. All right, I'm gonna try and spray that. Oh yeah, it does. Oh, that's cool. Check this out. Oh wait, let me see it. Okay, just making sure I didn't miss comments. Look at it. It wicks, you know, away from itself when you put the water on it. Yeah, so this does reactivate with water even once it's dry. That's what I'm learning. So anyway, that is another way that I was thinking you could use these chalk markers. Oh, okay, let's try one more way while we're still letting our stuff dry. Let me see if we can. No, he's pretty much toast now. Gosh, that was amazing. Okay, so now let me wipe my stamps off here. How are we doing? Carol, I missed the name of the markers. Yeah, thank you for asking. So the brand is Edding, and I'm going to show you the logo. Edding. Okay, right there's their logo. And we are just looking tonight at their acrylic paint. This is acrylic paint. I can't remember if you saw me talk about this or not. If you have questions about it, let me know. But it's amazing. It's got dual-ended tips and it's matte finish. And then we're talking about the acrylic markers. And then the things I'm using here are their chalk markers. And I'm just showing you different ways you can use chalk markers. We've done watercolor. We've done stamping. It can wick out a little bit once, you know, it'll reactivate once it's dry. Now in this kit, in this pack, so let's see if this has a, let's see. I don't know if they just have one pack or if this is like one of a choice. I'm not sure, but it's Edding 4095 chalk marker, and it's a 4-pack, and it came with all of these 4 colors. Okay. Oh, hey, Dawn, how are you? No problem. You can catch up. Ask me questions, and I'm happy to repeat or go over stuff. Right now, we're looking at Edding. That's what we're doing tonight. We're looking at Edding brand. It's a new brand for me. I'm learning about them, and I'm really impressed and excited about what they have. And so I just really wanted to share it with you guys because it's really cool, and we're learning all the fun things that chalk markers can do right now. Robin says, is paint sort of creamy like stencil butter? Let's see. It's not as thick as stencil butter. It glides really nicely. It is kind of creamy, but I would say it's more, let's see. It's closer to a soft body paint, if you know what that consistency is. It's a little thicker than craft paint, which is pretty thin, right? It's closer to like a soft body because it will hold its form a little bit. And I can get this to be dimensional. Like over here, I've got these dots, and I know you can't feel them, but I can feel them, and they're raised. They're raised. I don't even know if I can show you that they're raised. Probably not. My camera on here is not that good. But so they can have a tiny bit of dimension, which, you know, is harder to get with craft paint. So I would say they're closer to like a soft body. But that was a great question. Yeah, and like I was saying, one of my favorite things other than the packaging is just like amazing. I can't wait to use other colors. Is that it dries matte, because, you know, especially when we're art journaling and we're doing our thing, it's nice to be able to write over it with a pen or a pencil or a marker or whatever. It's not going to beat up. I love the matte finish. So it gives you lots of choices. And if you have it, you know, the fact that it's matte finish, if you wanted it to be glossy finish, you could add a glossy finish additive to it, you know, and make it glossy. So matte finish gives you a lot more options. Anyway, all right, we can move on. Okay, so great questions. Keep them coming. One last thing I want to show you with the chalk markers. This is pretty well dry. We'll go back to this and we'll do some coloring over that. Okay, and then we'll be done. So let's see. Okay, this is what I want to do. Yeah, let's do this. So I've got a glass mat here, and I'm just putting some color down. So a couple things you can do. You can take it directly, obviously, and just color, right? And just watercolor like we were on the other paper, but you don't have to write directly to the paper. You can just pick it up from a mat and color and do your thing. But how cool is it also that you can pick up a little blue and pick up a little yellow, or wow, I said yellow. It's clearly red. And make purple. We don't have purple here, but we can make purple. All right, so we've got purple now. Ooh, and look at how pretty that is. So now we mix them and we made our own color. So that is something else. So, I mean, here you've got a starter pack of watercolor pens, really, as far as I'm concerned. Victoria says, where did you purchase these? So Victoria, I did not purchase these, but that's a great question. Edding reached out to me and asked if I would demo their products at Creativation this year. And I said, absolutely. And so they sent me some to try and to play with, because I honestly hadn't heard of their company before. And so that's sort of how this all happened. I got the box. I've been playing with it, trying to, just seeing how they are and what I can do with it and all of that. And I've just, like, the more I'm playing with it, I'm like, wow, how did I not know about them? Like, they're really, really great. And the products are so far have been top notch and really amazing. And, the more, like, I just today started really exploring what these chalk markers can do. And I'm super excited about this. So I love that purple I just made. So I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to clean off my mat. Let's pick this up, because, I don't like to waste. So I think we've talked about the chalk markers enough, because I really want to get back to the acrylic paint pens. We use those the most, don't we, in our journaling and stuff? And I know that you guys are all interested in that, but I really didn't want to discount the chalk markers, because they're so cool. Look at what I just did. You can make backgrounds, right? So think about when you take your ink pad and you squish it on your glass mat or your Teflon mat or whatever. And then you pick it up and you've got your messy background. You can do this with your chalk markers. So how cool is that? Oh, let's see. Dawn says, I feel like I've seen art by Marlene use them before. Oh, that's cool. Use the chalk markers or just Edding in general? I'm curious. That's awesome. So they are a company based out of Germany, and they've been around for, I don't remember how long, but they've been around for a little while. I just hadn't heard of them. So I'm really excited that I get to play with their stuff now and I've learned about them, because it's just really, really, really great quality. So that's cool. Oh, Edding in general. That's awesome. Yeah. Cool. They reached out to me. Yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice. And like I said, I love learning about new companies, or new to me companies, and new products. And, I got to try all the things. So, and then I got to bring all the things to you guys, because why not? So I'm dry now. Can you hear that? It's nice and matte. Let me show you. Very, very cool. So let's see how close I can get and get detail. Can you see that detail? Sort of. Yeah. So Dawn, you missed the beginning. The reason I'm in love with these acrylic tubes of paint, a couple reasons. One, first of all, it has, it's a dual-ended tip. So the first side, yes, bring us all the things. I am, Dawn, I am. The first side, if you can see, maybe better without my hand there, is like a nice fine tip. It's still like a rectangle, but it's thinner. So I was saying before that, I just used that tip and loaded up some paint at the end of it and made these dots all around her eye. So I did that right from the tip. I didn't have to like use a paintbrush separately. I just did around like that. So that's really nice. I like that I can use it in that way. And when it dries, it has a little bit of dimension, so you can really feel it. And then on the other side, it's got a really wide, flat end. It's so cool. And that's how I did this background. I just went like this and spread it across. And then I used my finger to kind of smooth out some of the places where it was a little thick because I wanted it to dry faster. But you could have left it thicker, let it dry longer, and you'd have a little bit more dimension there too. And then the other thing I really like about the paint itself is that it dries matte, which I've just been talking about. So the acrylic paint, I intend to get all the colors. These will be in future subscription boxes because seriously, like this paint was made for art journaling as far as I'm concerned. So I can't wait to continue on with them and use more stuff. It's just amazing. So I did this face over here. All I used for this entire page was this stuff right here. Okay, I didn't use any chalk markers at the time. I only used my acrylic paint, markers, and the paint. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on this side, except we're going to make flowers. Okay, let me get a drink real quick. Okay, so if we're going to make flowers, we're going to start with green. And this is, oh, let me show you one more thing. One more difference between the markers that I got. Okay, so they have a fine tip. The red is the fine tip, and then a medium tip, which is standard, and then the chisel tip, which is the big mama. So those are the 3 tips I have. I'm not sure if they have more than that. Again, I'm still learning about them, but I will, of course, bring you all the information as I learn it. Okay. Yeah, very cool. It is cool. I'm so excited. Okay, so let's just draw some flowers. She seems like she should be looking at the flower, right? So actually, let's start. Her eye is a flower and it's red. So what if we outline? Well, let's start with white, actually. Sorry, I'm just thinking it through as out loud, thinking through out loud. Is the fine 0.7 or 0.9? That's a great question. Thank you for asking. It is 1 to 2 millimeters. I don't know. Are you looking on their website or what's going on there? Let's see. I'm looking to see if I can find other notation. I don't see a 0.7 or a 0.9. Let me look on the thicker one. So the thinner one, the fine point says 1 to 2 millimeter. And the thicker one says 2 to 3 millimeter. And that's all I can find as far as the size is concerned. I hope that helps you. Oh, comparing to Posca. You know what? That's a really good idea. And I will do another video. I think I'm going to do another video. I want to do some testing first, but I've got Crafter's Companion acrylic markers. I've got Arteza acrylic markers. I've got Posca pens. I've got Edding. I mean, I want to get them all and compare them and say, are they the same? Or do some do different things? So, and then the different kinds of tips or nibs that they have. So that's a really good question and a good thing to think about. And I will get you that information. This is just sort of an introductory kind of thing to Edding in general. So that's all. It's really great, great thought though. And I'm excited to compare them and get into more detail with all of it. So anyway, okay, let's just make a flower. Let's see, this one is really like loopy. What do we want to do? So we're going to do this one very angular because why not? Okay. And then a big one. That's fun. Let's do 5. 5 petals. What do you think? Okay, that's good. And then that's fine. We're going to color it in with a different one. So it's going over this paint nicely. It's got good coverage. I can go a second time. and really let it be white, but I am probably going to go over it. Did I shake it? Yeah, I did shake it. Say, I don't think I shook it. I did. I remember I did now. Okay, so there's the white. I'd say pretty darn good coverage over other paint and on craft paper first time out. So that's pretty nice. We're going to color it in with pink. Okay. Are we? Maybe we're going to do pink and red. Maybe I'm going to do red with pink with some pink details. That might be fun. Let's see. Okay. I really love this red. This red is amazing. It's called Traffic Red. Ooh, it is like vibrant. And what I really also love about these markers is that the opacity and the color intensity is like kind of off the charts. Like I said, I use all the paint markers. Oh, there's even Deco Art, right? Deco makes paint markers, and Pabeo makes paint markers. I mean, I've got all of those guys, and they're all good, you know. Some are a little bit better than others. But look at this, just really quick coloring with a thin fine point marker, and look at the coverage I got on there. Oh, it's amazing. I'm so excited. And then every once in a while I'll pump it a little bit just to get a little bit more, especially if I'm I'm covering a large space like this with a fine point nib. I mean, it's hanging out. It's just performing like a champ for real. So I'm just going to color this in. Ask me more questions. Let me know what you got. Or is there anything you want me to test while I'm here? Let me know. All right. Maybe we'll put some pink polka dots on here. I just want to get these colored in first so that they can dry, and then we'll go over it with the pink and do some fun little details or something in here. You can't have a plain flower, you know? All right. I mean, look at this is a fine point nib, and I'm just coloring like it's a crayon or like it's a felt tip marker, and it is just completely covering everything. I'm so impressed. All right, last one, and then we'll do the stem, and then we'll let this dry for a minute. This green is really pretty too. It's the Mousse green. The pink is called Classy Mauve. That's lovely. The red is killer. It sure is, man. I am in love with this red. The white is called Traffic White, just so you know. Yeah. All right, giving this a good shake. This green I used on her nose. It's a really rich kind of like a deep hunter green kind of. I don't know how to explain it. It's gorgeous. Okay, let's see. Let's get a funky little stem here. Yeah, I'll make it a little thicker. Okay, and then I got a little booger on there or something. Okay, and then let's do a, there we go. I'm just coloring everything in because I just want to show you how, you know, the opacity and the intensity and all that. I might not normally do this just for myself, but, you know. Let's go a little bit lower. Just gonna go like this. There we go. And this medium tip is nice for coloring in. It's a little bit faster and easier even than the red. But the red was fine. I never felt like, oh, it's too thin or it's too whatever. But I do love the fine point acrylic markers because in general, because of the level of detail that you can get is really nice. Okay, so check that out. Look at this green. Isn't that pretty? And it covered over everything. First try. I don't have to do 2 coats or anything. I really love this. All right, so now let's play with the pink a little bit. I just want to kind of show you all the colors. Let me know if I'm leaving anything out or if there's something in particular you want me to show you or talk about. I'm trying to think of all the things I've done with it so far. So let's see. Let's just do We'll do polka dots on this petal. And maybe on this one we'll do stripes and just be real funky about it. Okay, that's fun. And then let's do, what am I doing? I guess I'll do polka dots again. It's little, so I was trying to think of something that would look good. All right, and what if we do like little swirls over here? Cool. Oh, that's fun. I love that. Think of the Zentangle stuff you could do in these fun flowers. And I want to show, I'm going to show you up close. I want you to pay attention to how well the pink goes over the red. You know how intense red can be, and it can just kind of take things over, but not this, not this. I'm going to do little X's. You know, I love X's. Oh, that's fun. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this. So I just did one coat of the pink over red. Check that out. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. I'm telling you, I am so, I just, like, I was using these and I was like, wait, what is happening right now? This is just blowing my mind. It's so good. All right. Wow, great coverage. Yeah. Love how it covers, right, Carol? I mean, really, truly, it's amazing. What is the size of mauve? Mauve was the small, the fine point, and that was 1 to 2 millimeter. So the red and the pink, at least what I have, are the fine tip, and then the white and the green are the medium tip for what I have, and then I have the chunky gold. Okay. And I think they said they have like 60 different colors over like 100 different markers. I don't know, something like that. So I'm going to get more information for you guys. Definitely going to figure out how to get it in the shop. I'm going to get it for sure. At least these two things, maybe even chalk markers. I don't know. We'll see. I got to think about this and talk to them, but I'm just so excited and impressed. I'm going to use this gold as kind of like a highlight. What do you think? Over the green. And let's do the gold one. I have felt like I sometimes, let me just prime it a little bit. I have felt like I need to go over it twice, but it is a metallic. So metallics sometimes are just like that. But here I primed it, and actually I don't need to go twice. So I just need to remember to prime it more often. Just for this metallic one so far, that's all I've noticed. Okay. Ooh, look at this. Ooh. Your shop. Thank you, Carol. Okay, look at this. Oh, I love the gold. I'm just going to I put some gold stripes on this side, and I kind of want to do this. Maybe I'll do circles. Yeah, let's just do big chunky circles. I mean, we're just playing. This is just having fun, playing, doing our thing. Okay. Ooh, this is fun. Yay. Okay. So I think I showed you everything. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, let me see. I don't really own acrylic markers. I just use white, black, and Poscas. Looks like I need to expand my horizons with markers. Yeah. Well, Poscas are, oh, you just have white and black Poscas. I think that's what you're saying, right? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh. Because Dawn, when you're doodling, you don't have to just use white and black to doodle. You can doodle with colors. You know, I did this entire page with just markers, and I mean the paint in the background, but yeah, really, really cool. So there, can you see all the dots? Look at that. Oh, I love it. This page is so adorable. And these two pages together, made completely with Edding products, completely. Super awesome. All right. Do you have any other questions before I flip back over? Do you want me to show you anything again? Anything before I flip back over and say good night? So cool. Yay. I'm glad you guys like these. Oh, Renee says, do they smell like other markers? All right, let's see. I have allergies, so I haven't noticed any smells. No, not really. I mean, up close, I get a tiny bit of something, but let's try chalk. No, I mean, I've got allergies, and so my nose might not be the most reliable thing right now, but I don't smell it. I had never, I never smelled anything. So, Carol needs some of these. Dawn loves them. Okay. Well, I'm going to flip you over so I can say good night. And I'm going to actually turn this off because it's giving me a glare here. Oh, that's better. Okay. So anyway, yay. I'm so excited that you guys like these, and I think they're amazing. I mean, just amazing. And this acrylic tube of paint, like, is kind of blowing me away. So I can't wait to get more colors. I'll find out more. I'll try to get some in my shop. I'm going to put them in future kits. If you're in the Art Journal Adventure group, you're going to get some sent to you in the coming months. I'm definitely going to meet them in April when I go to Creativation. Maybe we'll do a live and we can chat with them. So yeah, this is exciting. I'm so pumped about this. Any other questions before we say goodnight? Oh, my hair is fuzzy. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss any. Wow, it's incredible. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, the coverage. I mean, as far as the markers go, the coverage is what got me, and the intensity of the color. Like, even the white. I mean, I never went over again. Look at the white around the flower. That's one application of the white. Sometimes white can be kind of milky and it doesn't, you have to go over it a couple times, stuff like that. It's pretty awesome. So yay, Edding. We are loving them, and more to come. So definitely my next thing is going to be to do the comparison with other products. And I will just show you guys, like, in all the ranges that I have or have access to, and we'll compare them and see, how they hold up against each other. And I'll let you know when I have more information. All right. I hope you guys have a great night. It was lovely to hang out with you. I did say earlier, but for the folks that join later, I haven't been doing very many lives lately. This first quarter of the year, I've been working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes, some new products. A new product line is coming. I have a stamp set. Yay. But anyway, I've been doing a lot of that kind of stuff, and then sort of just like trying to think of, like, what do we want to do for lives, going forward, and do we want a focus? Do we want it to just be random? Do we want to do product reviews? So I've just been trying to think through some of that and figure out what kind of stuff I want to bring you guys as far as that's concerned, and come up with a good cadence and like regular schedule to be live. It will be on Wednesdays again, and it probably will start in April, sometime in April, maybe when I get back from Creativation. I'll be live from Creativation for sure, and I'll be there. Let's see, the show floor is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so I think it's like April 10th, 11th, 12th, I'm pretty sure. And then I'm teaching a workshop for graphics on the 9th on Saturday. So when the show floor is open, that's when all the booths are set up and everything. I'll go live here and there where I'm allowed to, and show you guys stuff that's in the booth, and, try to talk to people. Definitely going to be talking to Edding, to some other companies that I'm going to work with, and going to find stuff for art journal kits. I'm super excited about that. So that's my focus while I'm there, is promoting Cassie's Parlor and finding stuff for art journal kits, and exciting, fun new products, and just, connecting with companies and finding new companies and all this fun, cool stuff. So that's another thing. If you think of anything that you want me to go and investigate or learn more about while I'm there, I'm happy to do it. That's why I'm going. So definitely let me know. You can private message me, or just in whatever group you're in that I'm in. You can let me know there. And then anyway, a lot of talking. a lot of gibberish there, but definitely going to be back live more often on a regular schedule in April, probably after Creativation. And so I'll see you guys all then. I love you so much. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight and learning more about Edding and hanging out and making a journal page with me. And I love you. Bye-bye.